Right, this is Chef Steve and Terry. Can you just explain what you do here, boys?
Well, we are the catering manager and the head chef at Cork Abbey, and we fully believe in the local sort of theme on our food. We look to use everything within a 30-mile radius, and we find a good connection with the local man. You get a better service off them. We completely agree with the whole National Trust going local policy, which is all about the using local produce that's good produce, and like Steve said, supports the local community as well. Fantastic. And why is it so important to use local produce? It's like we said, it supports the local community. I think you can generally get a better product for what you're buying. And it gives a story to be able to talk about. It means that when people come in, we can talk about it. So we can say our meat comes from our local farm, our milk comes from 10 miles away from our local dairy. We make ice cream at the moment using our local milk from 10 miles down the road. We use, again, talking about ice cream, we use gooseberries from the kitchen gardens, and it gives us a really good story to be able to talk about it. Fantastic, and I bet you people love that, don't they? It's incredible. It's incredible. It means that when you're standing there talking to them about it, I think it kind of encourages people to come back. People love the idea of being able to go away and talk about it. I think bring other people in as well. I think people don't fully understand it until they come to us at Cork, and then they might question, oh, you know, where's that product from, and our guys will pass on a bit more now, and they really appreciate it more, the fact that it's British, it's been grown, or it's been, you know, the seeds have been sown and then money's going back into the community and supporting Britain. I think that's a big product. Generally, I think people predominantly like to buy local and like to support local communities and things like that. And we here give them the opportunity to be able to do that by actively going out there and saying, this is our product, it's local, buy it. Yeah. Can you just explain what the National Trust means to you? Cool. Yeah. I know you're both very passionate about food, and you're very passionate about National Trust. I see it. I've been doing the food market now here for I think 3 or 4 years, and every 3 months you're there, you're doing local demonstrations, you're showing how you can cook local produce in season, and people flock here from miles, don't they? I think it's just so nice that the National Trust backed it, and their food policy on it being local seasonal is exactly the right way for a business to go. And for me, there's not many places out there that want it. They're all about the bottom line, but we achieve the bottom line and we look after our local community. I've been here kind of about 9 months now. When I first came in and first heard about it, I actually sat there and was like, you're having a laugh, this type of thing doesn't exist, does it? And it's when you actually kind of see it working and things like that, that it is incredible. And it is amazing that the National Trust absolutely has completely the right concept when it comes to the whole going local and supporting local suppliers. I was with the dairy specialist from DEFRA a couple of days ago at the International Cheese Awards, and we had a good discussion about food tourism, and he'd be absolutely thrilled to hear what you're doing here, because again, he says for tourists to come, both local, national, regional, international, he says they do want to taste local. And I think you've nailed it here, boys, haven't you? Cheers, thank you. We'd like to think so. We can hear some rattling in the background, boys. Let's have a look over there. What's happening over there? That's Richard Parkinson, who actually lives on the property. His dad's the house manager, and he's going to be cooking our barbecue today using all the meats off the estate, so lamb, pork and beef. Fantastic. And you also do cookery demonstrations. Can you talk me through those, please? Yes, I believe that's where our relationship is. Yeah. You attack me and put me on YouTube, where I get mocked constantly now, but yeah, it's just part of the thing we like to do at our Fine Food Fair, to showcase local produce using the 30-mile radius. The producers that come like to give a little bit to us, maybe some veg or some meat, and then I'll just demonstrate how quickly and easy you can put together a meal, and, you know, without any sweat, and still make it look chefy and restauranty. Because I was amazed at how quick vegetables were to cook. Yeah. That was probably my proudest moment. Chopping cauliflower in, I think it was 30 seconds, wasn't it? It was amazing. But yeah, I mean, you know, I think the whole Farmers on Film thing that we started with you was I think it just showed how easy you can produce fresh food without having to think about going to the freezer and putting something in and going ping, and you can be proud of what you've produced. Fantastic. And listen, we actually launched this week the first international film festival
for Farmers on Film, and it's for specialty cheese makers. Now, I know you're from Cork, but I want to set you to a challenge.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
But that's it. You're on film now. So, could you please go out and over the whole of the National Trust properties and find me some cheesemakers that would be up for entering the competition, to get them filmed, to show the total provenance of National Trust cheese making, and to enter the competition for next year, because this isn't just for Britain, this is across the whole globe. So we need you to go out and find those people. Could you do that, please?
I'm sure we can find
someone.
Yeah.
Hey, brilliant. Right, I better go and set up.
Me too.
Hey, right, see you later, boys.
Cheers.
Ah, brilliant boys they are, leading the way.